for a change. That doesn't actually get all that much use. But today we're going to have a one-shot that ties into the world of Newark by night. I do that stream over on Omniversal Entertainment, and this will be a story of ghouls. Ghouls, well, they're part of Kindred society. They aren't benefiting from Kindred society. They are treated like second-class citizens and property. But they're definitely not human anymore. And they have a commonality to them from their shared experience of being treated as outside both groups. And this means that they sometimes form communities, and sometimes they communicate and spend time together when the vampires aren't around. And with that in mind, we're going to be coming up on a morning. It's an early morning. And we are at Andros Diner. Andros Diner is a sort of classic style of diner, the long rail car style design, with booths on either side. And it's popular among schools in the Newark area because it's open 24/7. Also has good food. And we open up on one such ghoul who's new to the area, Amelia Morgan. Amelia, where are you mentally right now?
Mentally, I am most likely just trying to plan my next move. I am very recently removed from Camarilla Society for reasons some of you might discover later. And as she's sitting, using what little money she has left to get her a decent meal, she's just quietly observing the sunset, taking a sip of her coffee, and probably looks a little bit more disheveled than I am here, probably after a long night. But mentally, she is nervous, but determined. She's going to make something out of this.
And the waitress walks up and looks at you. Dia, what do you want? You want some more than just coffee? Maybe some breakfast? Long night?
Yeah, a real long night. Could I just get the bacon sandwich, please, with the scrambled eggs?
Okay. I can do that. I'll be right back. You sit right here, and I'll refill your coffee cup, all right?
Thank you, hon.
All right. Soon after, we have entering Jack. Jack is new to town as well. He's not native. Probably won't stay. But he's got some time. The ship's in port. Where is Jack mentally and emotionally right now?
Jack is prepared and woke up early and laid his clothes out, ready to go for the morning. Very professional. Got up. Got his schedule planned ahead of him. Maybe started the morning with a light beer and getting ready to go do what he needs to do.
Well, Jack, of course, has one lead. Someone told him to check out Andros Diner. It's where most of the ghouls in town tend to gather, which means information gets exchanged. Given while you're here, it might be useful.
Okay. He will prepare himself for the day, make sure he has all his supplies, possibly some equipment, trusty headphones, and get a taxi over there as soon as he can.
Havok. Havok is a ghoul of Nostra. He's local. He knows the layout. He knows he knows what Andros is. He's no longer on duty. What's he going to do? It's daytime. And finds himself dropping into Andros like many ghouls do. And how is Havok's mind right now?
He's a little spacey, but he's being very attentive to everything, like clocking things as he's walking around, checking to see if he's being watched or followed. He seems very distrusting, but he's trying not to make it obvious.
Okay. You do, of course, see Amelia sitting off to her side alone. And as you are getting a layout of the land, a pair of figures walk in the door. A very large, muscular man, dressed in such a manner so as to accentuate how muscular he is, opens the door, and a small woman walking with a limp and a walking cane comes in. Sage, where's Sage's head at right now?
She's kind of right now just like, I need a break. I'm glad to finally be out of the cast and now just in a brace and actually walking again. Although I will slightly miss being bridal carried by the beautiful man that is holding the door for me.
You come in and you see Havok and Amelia and the normal staff of the diner. Knowing the nature of the crowd, do any of you want to check any of the others out and see if you can guess?
I suppose that Amelia will be quietly observing. She's always been kind of somebody who absorbs the information first before she goes out and makes a move. But whenever Havok's gaze passes over her, there is like a second where their eyes like linger before she kind of turns away and looks back towards the door, and she's quietly taking in what's the two individuals that just walked in, especially towards Sage, the injured one, probably wondering how she ended up like that.
All right, everybody in the room, and let's say that Jack is showing up around this time too to make things go a little smoother. Everybody in the room, give me a wits plus investigation, because you're checking each other out. You're not just like passively picking each other up. Okay. So, a few things that you do notice. Sage, you kind of pick up on a certain kind of gesture from Amelia that indicates that almost an addict looking for a fix. and you're pretty sure it's familiar to you. You've been there once or twice. When Feather forgot, and you didn't want to remind her. Amelia, Havok, and Jack. You do notice a couple of things about the others in the room. They're overall just not quite healthy looking, but don't look weak. Which is something you've taken to sort of see other ghouls from time to time. So you could guess, you're not sure, but it's an indication. Except Havok, one thing that you do notice that gives you a start is when you look at Sage, she smiles for just a moment as the door is being held open for her, and she's got points on her teeth.
Goodness.
Bold choice, but okay.
And the waitress is, you all just sit wherever. Over in that section, if you don't mind. I make it easy on me.
Of course. Thanks. And she'll start to hobble over,
And she'll
keeping an eye on Amelia.
she'll wave at Bryce, and Bryce will wave back. Hey, good to see you again.
And then Sage will kind of like subtly, like with her eyes, motion to Amelia to Bryce.
One of the other things that you notice Amelia doing is she's playing with her hair. Although you can't tell if it's because she's fidgety or if it's because this is something brand new.
Bryce looks over at you, after looking at Sage, and it's pretty clear he kind of spends a lot of time looking at Sage while she's around. But when she gestures, he looks over at you, Amelia, and this very big man gives you kind of an intense look for a second, like he's taking you in. And not bad. He after a moment of assessment kind of gives you a nod and gestures like, can the two of them join you?
And with a nod in return, she gestures towards the empty seats.
Jack, you and Havok are seeing that particular tableau playing out, and with your suspicions about what those people are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would head over and kind of a little bit twitchy, give him a look and a nod. Hey, what's up?
Just recovering from a long night. You look like you're doing the same. Have a seat.
Oh, yeah, you too. He'll take a seat, looking around. Checking the exits.
Oh, you go.
Havok will kind of go towards them, but sit one table over from them, facing the entrance. He's going to pull a laptop out of his bag and just kind of sit it on the table and open it up.
So, you two are new.
Yeah. Just got into town last night. It's been kind of a long journey to get here. Name's Amelia, and she extends her hand out.
Sage will extend her hand out as well and shake it. Sage.
A pleasure to meet you.
Sage does still have slight scars around her shoulder and
her
arm
wrist.
and her wrist.
It's
What
all the
happened
way
to you?
around. A few things went bump in the night. They say New York is exciting, but I say New Jersey is just as exciting if you ask me.
Well, anything that goes bump in the night can be exciting for better or worse. It doesn't matter if you're on the streets or in some penthouse.
The big guy sticks his hand out. I'm Bryce.
Nice to meet you, Bryce.
Nice to meet you. And he looks over at Jack.
Jack.
Nice to meet you.
So, you two, you've been here long?
I've been in Newark all my life, but not sure how long. Sage has been here for a little while, at least.
Long enough. Moved here after college with my roommate.
What'd you study?
Geology.
Oh, okay. I only got a little bit through a psych degree. Nothing too big, though.
Another individual walks into the bar. A guy that Sage recognizes, and actually Havok probably would recognize as well. He works at the blood bank. His name's Tommy. He is actually a ghoul himself, both of you, because he's usually who you have to go through if you want to get blood from the blood bank. And he wanders over, sees Sage and Bryce and Havok, and hey, we're having a breakfast club around here.
Seems like it.
Care to join us? Enjoy your time off before we all make you go to work.
Please. And he comes and sits. He sits across from Havok, and just sort of nods at Havok. Hey, how you doing?
What's going on? What's good with you?
Not too bad. So, any of y'all coming by to do a pickup?
You do pickups? Drop-offs?
Yeah, long story. But I'll probably be stopping by. Maybe not tonight or today, but maybe tomorrow or later in the week. I still got a little left for.
Heard you had some excitement.
She'll motion to the leg and cane.
I guess you
Just
did.
a little.
Yeah. Who's your friend?
Which one?
Sorry.
Well, we only just recently introduced ourselves, but I'm Amelia.
Nice to meet you, Amelia.
Nice to meet you too, sweetie.
I'm Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah. I work for Mr. Francis down at the blood bank.
Oh, okay.
Does it pay well, this job?
Well, good health benefits.
We ask, and at the health benefits comment, she'll just side eye him.
Look, I heard what happened to the one guy. That sucks. It does. But most of the time, it's good for your health.
One
most
guy?
of the time.
Oh yeah. You're in dangerous company.
You don't say.
Oh, yeah. You want to tell him?
Couldn't be much worse than New York.
Listen, we're not the most normal coder in the city. Y'all are aware that it's not my fault that we're very colorful people.
Colorful. Your building's colorful at this point.
Well, with all the lost dog posters,
And bits of dude spread across the ceiling. Oh, roof. Sorry.
Well, this seems like a pretty good step for me to take then. I like a little bit of excitement and color in my life.
Where you from?
I was originally born in LA, but got a job out in New York. Been working it for a few years, but find myself kind of between jobs at the moment.
Between jobs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm telling you now, avoid Tommy's boss.
He's not that bad. Okay, that's a lie. He really is that bad.
I was
But
about to say, you're lying through your teeth right now.
He ain't hangry.
he's not. Look, he's a. If you do your job and you do it well, he takes care of you.
And then what was Cecil's excuse?
Yeah, Cecil was a mess. Not completely his fault. You seem to remember your boss tried to eat him, if I remember correctly.
She'll show him the stake scar on her clavicle.
Oh, fuck.
She had every reason to want to kind of eat him.
Yeah. So, have any of you talked to Evelyn today? And the only person here that knows the name is Sage.
I haven't spoke to her. I've been with this one all day, and she'll motion to Bryce.
She's apparently looking for something. She brought it up. Apparently somebody went missing years ago.
If somebody went missing years ago, it's going to be really impossible to find them now.
Oh, yeah.
That's adorable.
What's adorable?
Havok here is one of the IT squad.
Oh, work with computers.
I found Jimmy Hoffa like when I was 5. I just didn't tell anybody because, leave him guessing.
And Tommy will suddenly turn to Jack. And where are you from again? Jack?
Oh, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. A little bit here, a little bit everywhere.
Wow, you're a long way from home.
Yeah, I get around.
How does that work exactly? We have certain requirements. You just make sure you catch a flight back every month or so, or what?
Well, it's always close by. I'm on short leave right now, so.
Oh. I heard about people on a boat. There's this crazy pirate radio lady.
Yeah. They're close by.
Oh,
I'm taking a bit of a shore leave, I guess you could say.
nice. Anyways, Evelyn's looking for this place. It's here in town, supposedly. And it had some big... Well, secret of my boss's family.
Why am I not surprised?
Hey, they're a creative bunch. Right, I know.
And so this Evelyn person, does she pay well?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. She's also from family, I think. Though I'm not sure who she works for, because it's not Francis. So one of the others. There are only a few others in town.
Well, I'll reach out. I mean, her and I exchanged numbers last time I saw you.
All right, yeah.
Told her I would help her get acclimated and whatnot.
And the waitress comes by with a takeout bag for Tommy. Here you go, dear. And she refreshes everybody's coffee and gives Amelia her order. What do the rest of you want?
I'm good with just coffee for now.
Okay. We've got pie.
Ooh, I recommend the pie.
Oh, I guess I'll take some pie.
Everybody loves the pie. How about you, dear? I know. Up from the computer. You gotta have real food.
Yes, Ma. I'll take a piece of pie. Why not? And you got anything stronger than this coffee? I mean, it's great, but it's just... You got anything with a little more kick?
The bar doesn't open until later, dear.
Damn. Okay. Anyway, it's probably safer that way anyway. Coffee and pie. That's it. Don't want to get my hands greasy, you know. I got to work.
That's all right. I got the fancy machine back here if you want the espresso. It takes longer.
You know what? Thank you. That would be immense.
Okay, we'll get you an espresso. Anybody else want something else? And Bryce is like, I'll take like steak and eggs, and he has a big protein heavy breakfast. And Sage,
Yes.
you came in walking with a limp, so you're obviously healing. You need food.
I was just gonna steal off of Bryce's plate like I normally do.
Okay, that's fair. You two are cute. And she'll wander off into the back.
Regulars.
Of
Knows
course.
you on a first name basis. That's nice.
Bryce leans over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she actually knows what's what. I don't ever actually question her, but she's got to have some suspicions about the crowd that comes in here.
Probably.
I mean, look at us.
We all look like we're a little bit tired. I mean, I can put on as much makeup as I want, and I still look a little bit. You know how it is.
I'm going to be carefully neutral because I'm sitting next to my girlfriend. And he has that look on his face like he's not used to saying that.
Yeah, I never looked that pretty to begin with. So.
And
Oh, come
I'm
on
an 8
now.
rolling out of bed, so...
Tommy gets up, takes his bag, waves at everybody, and as he leaves, Evelyn walks in. This beautiful woman in a nice suit, dark hair, comes in and sits down across from Havok, almost like they're drawn to the one that wants to sit by himself. And sits down and good to see interesting faces. Hi, Sage.
Hey, Evelyn. I was actually about to text you.
Oh, well, that's good. Who's your friends? Introductions all around.
This is Amelia and Jack and Havok. I think they're new to town. Don't know if they're staying or just passing through yet, though.
I'm still making my decision here.
Oh, okay.
Trying to find some work.
Work.
I recently got let go, so
Oh, that's something.
yeah, but
Who was your prior employer?
and Amelia will like think on this for a few moments, and she'll just say, "I used to work for the venture company."
Oh,
Oh,
venture. Local?
Yeah, I'm happen to skip it away.
New York?
Mhm.
Oh.
Not quite penthouse level, not quite top floor, but definitely management. Well, secretary, more accurately for me.
Yeah, that's how they work, isn't it?
Yeah.
not all of them.
No. Prue seems nice from what I hear. I've never met her, but
Oh, she's a doll.
yeah. That's
Prue?
not actually what I hear.
Oh, don't piss her off.
I mean, you piss off any employer, it's going to be bad for you.
I kind of hear that she's the eternal spirit of all Karens.
Not necessarily. Like, it depends on. Alright, I can see where people come from with that, but no, she's not a Karen for the sake of being a Karen, if that makes sense. Like, if you're being a dickhead, then she's gonna call you out. She's not gonna go up to the manager and be like, I'd like to speak to your manager because you didn't have the right shade of purple.
All right.
To be fair, I think that would be more Ollie.
Wait, I think I saw him once. He the big guy with muscles?
Usually hanging around me and my boss, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never met any of them, but I hear things.
Might try to sell you his art next time he sees you.
Oh, well. Is it good art?
It's melted pigmented wax.
Crayons?
Yeah, crayons.
There's still
Okay.
some left. The Marines haven't gotten them all.
With the amount we buy him, I'm surprised there's any left for the Marines.
Okay.
People overseas getting hungry right now.
So, Havok. I hear you're good with IT.
I mean, there's only a few things in the world that I can't get into, but yeah, what you need?
I need some layouts of old properties. About 20 years ago or so.
Seems doable. When do you need them?
Soonish. It'll be here in town.
All right.
If I'll buy everybody's breakfast if you can do it today. She looks meaningfully at your laptop.
He's going to crack his knuckles and go looking for what she needs.
She gives you an address. Give me a technology plus intelligence.
Hacking it all?
This might apply because you're basically getting records you probably shouldn't be able to easily get online.
Intelligence and tech, you said, right?
Yep.
Nine.
Jeez.
Oh,
Nice.
My goodness.
That was
Excellent.
one success per die.
Nice. Excellent. So, you get the information. It comes up. What you see is it is a warehouse place down near some nice apartments. It has basically it's empty, but there's a sub-basement. And on the plans, there is an indication of a section that was walled off about 20 years ago. There's requests, construction permits, and so on that walled off a part of the basement so it wouldn't be accessible anymore. But there were no requests to remove power, phone lines, or anything else that was going into that section, which seems odd to you.
I will pull out a flash drive from the bag, plug it in, copy the information, but I will also keep a copy of it on my laptop.
Okay. You bring it up and she gives you a thumb drive. Put it on.
You don't trust me?
I just want a copy I can take.
Here, use mine, because don't get me wrong, but I don't know where that thing's been.
Fair enough.
I don't stick my goobers in just about anything. You know, it's a thing.
No, it's
a
fine.
smart way to live.
Yeah, I got plenty. It's not like I can't get my hands on more. Here you go.
I appreciate it. The waitress comes back, gives food to the people who ordered it, pie, stuff for Bryce, refills on coffee, gives Havok his espresso.
Oh, you are an angel.
I know, dear. I know. You should marry me and take me away from my woes.
Oh, but that would be a crime against everybody else in this town. I couldn't do that to them.
Ah,
I'll just break your heart too. So
well, I've had enough heartbreak.
exactly. You're too good for me.
Maybe one of your friends? And she looks over at Jack. Do you want to marry me and take me away from my woes?
Give me 24 hours and I'll get back to you on that.
Looks over at Amelia. How about you? We're in the modern age.
I don't think you want to share in my woes, sweetie, but I appreciate the offer.
See, nobody wants to help me. And she wanders off.
This is good pie.
I told you.
Liquid ambrosia as he sips the espresso. Here's a merciful God.
Sage, give me a wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was a crit for a second. Nope, just 5.
Okay, still pretty good. When you were watching Havok do his stuff, he had like the map of where the location is because he was doing the search. It's like next to your apartment building.
Of course it is. Is Amelia still there?
I'm sitting right
not-
here.
The Tremere Ghoul, not Amelia, my bad. Name's
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn is messing with her phone. What?
You said you needed these for something business related or personal?
Why?
Well, you're aware of what my crew has done? What my crew has attracted?
Sort of. I hear rumors.
And according to this little map, it's really close to where all that stuff has been going down, and I kind of don't need anything else near my home.
Oh. Well, this was here 20 years ago?
Yeah, and we also don't know how long the imposter has been across the street, so...
Impasta?
It's probably bad by now. Pasta doesn't last that long.
No, it doesn't. But, one of the dragons, so to say.
Oh.
Yeah. We've been getting into some shit. And she'll steal a piece of steak off of Bryce's plate. Like, if he cut it, she's literally just being a little cheeky and eating it.
All right. That means we should probably check it out today rather than waiting for my... she does the furtive eye thing that everybody does in this particular society, and employers decide that to come and investigate further. You know, we need to make sure it hasn't already been accessed.
I would appreciate that, especially because I don't want Francis around much more than he already needs to be.
Fair enough. Yeah. He's kind of a...
Dick.
Gotta respect the guy, but I'm not certain I would trust him. Respect, but not trust. Isn't he your shadow, though?
That's besides the point. Doesn't mean I have to like him.
Okay.
You know, he well, granted, it was my mistake, but he sent weird files from my phone to his.
Oh. You might have your friend Havok here take a look at your phone.
Yeah, I might do that later. But,
Yeah, I can pay you. All of you, if you want to come with.
it'll be a good way to show you both around town. And you too, And she already forgot his name, because he's just been on the computer.
Look, you had me at breakfast, okay?
Well, I could go with the side hustle myself until I find something more stable.
I was actually looking for some information. Mysterious signal nearby. Hoping
Okay.
to find someone that can point me in the right direction.
Well, do you have do you have something that can check for transmissions, Havok? You're the IT guy.
I could check to see if there's people bouncing radio signals off of different places, triangulate. That should be easy enough.
Do you have the frequency? What was it again? Jack?
Jack, yeah.
Jack. Okay. Jack, do you have the frequency?
Yeah. I'll get out like a walkie-talkie with the antenna, kind of tune it in, read off the number. 477.7.
You give him the number. Havok, you can find online tools that'll help you triangulate the signal. Go ahead and give me a intelligence plus plus technology. This is not going to be hacking, though.
Seven.
7.
He's good at what he does.
I'm very good.
All right. Well, yeah, you triangulate it, and I'm sure this will come as no surprise to anyone, but it is coming from roughly the same area.
All right.
Well, Jack, I found your beanstalk.
All right.
You've been waiting to say that since he came in.
No, actually, I wasn't.
Right on, man. Count me in then.
All right. Well, since we're all eating breakfast, she signals over to the waitress, gets herself a modest plate of scrambled eggs, and all of you eat for a bit. You finish your meals. Is there anything that you want to like talk to each other about before you finish your meal?
I mean,
Yeah.
oh, you go.
Well, Havok, what brings you into town again? You looking for something too?
I'm a freelance. Go where the wind takes me. Or the money. Usually the money, though. Wind sucks at paying bills.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get my sales working. Been landlocked for a good while.
Well, it sounds rough.
It was, but hey, I've got my liberty now, so
Good,
It's
good.
something.
Open seas, baby.
yeah. Hopefully, I find a good catch because I don't want to go and starve soon.
Oh, I would never let that happen.
You wouldn't. That's sweet.
I mean, I can talk to 2 of my coterie mates. I'm sure they'd be willing to let you have a meal if you need.
I
They're
would
pretty
like that.
chill about it. Just don't do it in front of my boss in particular. Yeah,
Is it a
Bru-
thing?
Bryce kind of cringes a little. Yeah, she's got some cognitive problems about accepting what's going on.
I see.
broken mirror, whole scene.
She's nice though. She's a really nice person for the most
Well,
part.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure that she's not at the dinner table whenever I need to take a dinner break.
Or an earshot. She's really
That-
good at listening in.
Also,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you are apt to light up, you might want to bring your own. It became a whole thing.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
Are we talking about guns or drugs?
The second one, yeah.
Listen, I needed some weed, and they somehow ended up with like 8 other drugs.
As you do.
This is why we don't let him go hunting with Feather.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, he went out with Prue that night. It's been a long month.
I think I was referring more to the fact that they got really angry that you and I shared a bowl.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
But one's also a germaphobe, which I can handle, and one doesn't understand that swap and spit is not a phrase used for sharing a bowl.
Just say no, kids.
Well, whatever it is that we're gonna do, I'm happy to help out.
And Evelyn finishes up her meal and is like, if you want to go, I can give you all a lift.
Amelia looks towards everybody else.
Sounds good to me.
I'll follow your lead.
All
I got no
right.
plans.
I'll take up the caboose.
There is a smirk on Bryce's face that doesn't quite disappear. But Evelyn leads you out, and she has basically a small SUV, a crossover, as it were. Go ahead and get in. And she drives you to the address listed, which is right next door to your apartment.
Of course it is.
It is not the building that had the Cathedral of Flesh in it.
Okay. Does this building also have the Lost Dog posters?
One of them, one of the walls does have a couple of posters, Lost Dog posters. As the rest of you drive past this apartment building, you see so many missing animal posters. It's bizarre. You're like, it's like instead of a apartment building, it's like a vet. You would expect to see this many at a vet or something like that. No, this is an apartment building, and it's just covered in missing animal posters. Many of them not really well done. Kind of almost childish a little.
This is why I have a goldfish.
To be fair, I don't even think that would be safe in our apartment building, but I digress.
Yeah, and all of them are curious breeds to go missing. Like you expect a mutt, right? But like these are like Alsatians and German Shepherds and
Fairly easily noticeable, like breeds and names.
Yeah.
Purebreds.
Purebred animals, which is really kind of bizarre.
Amelia takes
like the
a look
Chihuahuas.
at him.
The
Yeah,
most
someone
recent,
missing-
the
someone
most
missing an albino alligator.
no albino alligators, but the most recent one appears to be a dog named Scruffy.
Poor Scruffles.
Yeah, he was a good boy.
And
Was.
Evelyn, after seeing all of this, goes, "What is going on around here?"
Listen, sometimes Prue gets a little hungry, and you know how our bosses can get carried away when they're hungry.
Wait, you live here?
That's my building.
Oh,
Yeah, and she'll point to the building across the street. Don't go in there, whatever you do.
why? What's in there?
The dragon.
Oh.
Duly noted.
I would show you the pictures, but it makes all those like horror movies kind of look subpar when you look at it. Like even the really good ones.
Does
I
it
need
make
you to stop. I'm getting too excited.
That's great. That's great. Let's go look in this building that is mysterious and has the
hopefully
signal
not a
coming from- Yeah.
and hopefully not a scene for out of Hellraiser?
Oh. Yeah. You don't spend much time with my family, do you? Yeah. That could happen. Let's go.
Sage will hobble out of the car.
All right, come on, gang.
Before walking into the building, Amelia reaches into her purse, takes out an inhaler.
You go up to the building. It does have a padlock on the outside. Anybody good with the breaking and entering? Evelyn kind of gives you a look of, really?
Listen, just because I look all hippie and crystals on the daily when I'm with my Domina, doesn't mean I didn't do shit as a kid. Plus, if you lock your keys in the house, you gotta break in somehow.
She gestures to the lock.
And I was bored and found YouTube, okay?
And is this in this lock is forward facing, like towards the street?
Yep.
Okay. Amelia will get kind of behind Sage and obscure the view so that way it doesn't look suspicious.
Bryce joins you in standing there, and he looks like he's talking to you, so it looks natural. But he's also like 6'1", 6'2". He's a big guy and very muscular, so he blocks a lot.
Yeah, Amelia is about 5'7" or so, fairly average build, and she'll just it'll look like a pleasant conversation. They might actually be talking about something, but
he's like, "Hey, how's it going? Sorry to hear that you are between. I hope everything works out."
Yeah, me too. I mean, I didn't exactly like my last job, but it was one of those things where I couldn't get rid of it because I did,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Sage and Havok, which one of you is going to be the primary on trying to pick this lock?
Well, my pool is like okay for this.
It's Dex plus larceny.
I feel Havok might have a better pool if my gut is right. Yeah, I got 3, so I will assist you.
You assist. Just get 1 success on your 3, and if you do, he can get an extra die.
And I got literally just 1 success.
All right, so Havok, you get an extra die to roll.
5.
All right.
Yeah.
You fairly easily pick this master lock. It's not that hard. Click, 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 and you take it off.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Void.
let's go and sit.
All right.
So each will slightly push the door open.
Okay. Do any of you have See the Unseen up?
I will activate it right as we go through the door.
Yeah, as you come in, you see the telltale signs of some sort of magic on the doors and walls.
We got symbols everywhere, all on the doors and the walls, lighting up the place.
Anyone who doesn't have See the Unseen cannot see them.
What does it look like? Does it just look like a dilapidated kind of building, or
It's an old warehouse building.
okay?
Kind of on the small side. Like it's not like an enormous warehouse, but like it's a couple of stories tall, empty space with columns that go up that are made of wood. It's older. There's a little office section that looks like it was sort of added later next to the door.
I don't know what you're seeing, hon. All I see is maybe a little bit of chipped paint and water damage.
Well, if you get too close to him, I'll point it out.
Go ahead and give me, if you're looking around the room looking for things, give me a wits and investigation, everybody.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Evelyn doesn't notice crap.
2 successes.
I am burning a willpower. I'm mainly just crit fishing at this point.
Okay. 3 successes, 2 successes, 3 successes, 3 successes. Okay. And Bryce also got 3 successes. So as you're looking around, you check the office, the little office structure. There's an old desk that has been sitting there long enough to develop a coating of dust. An old filing cabinet. And when you check out the filing cabinet, you realize that it's in front of an opening to a staircase.
Huh. Anybody want to help me move this?
Sure, I'll come over and help. Does it have any symbols or words or anything glowing on the desk?
Not on the desk or the filing cabinet.
All right, then I'll just help move the desk.
And you find this staircase. It's old, looks like it might have been part of the original building, and steps were taken to disguise it.
Not the best thing to hide that behind, but I guess beggars can't be choosers in this place.
As you are staying there, Evelyn's like, I'm going to go down. You might want to come with me?
So you she'll just look at Price and be like, can I get a piggyback?
Bryce comes over, picks you up, bridal carry style, and proceeds to carry you down the stairs.
Aww.
She is wee, and he is massive.
Very wee. And very broken.
I'll follow them down as well.
I'll go in after them.
And as he follows behind, he's going to pull his mask out of his bag and put it over his face.
Okay. As you get down to the bottom of the steps, you find a floor that is maybe half the size of the one upstairs. It's not as tall. You see some old filing cabinets and so on. Jack, you see more of those strange arcane symbols. And some new ones that you don't recognize on a particular section of wall.
Okay. I'll go over there and start to check them out. Look a little bit closer.
Okay. Are you touching anything? Are you trying to damage anything?
No, not yet. I'm just looking it over, making sure to point it out to people. So,
Okay.
watch out. Don't touch this wall as of yet.
Okay. Well, Evelyn looks at you and is like, well, that's the wall we need to get past.
Oh. All right. Well, there's some strange symbols on here. You want me to scratch them out? Pull out a knife.
Okay. Yeah. You reach out with the knife. Give me a resolve plus stamina.
Okay. I will use a willpower for that. 4 successes.
Okay. You take you take the knife and you stick it into the wall, and the moment you make contact, there is a force that pushes against you. And it is violent and sharp. And you are thrown back and take 3 aggravated wounds.
Ooh. Oh.
Havok's mask changes to the shocked face emoji.
I'm okay.
Evelyn looks over at you on the ground, looks at the wall, and goes, so I'm guessing that's a ward against ghouls.
Oh boy.
Joy.
I'm glad we figured that out.
Sage looks like this is just a normal everyday thing for her. It's just holding her head.
Is it still there on the wall, or did I manage to
It's still there on the wall.
touch it?
Yeah, like the moment you made connection, not enough to be able to scratch it, you felt that pulse push you away.
Okay.
You okay? Jeez.
Could be better.
She'll go over and like help Jack up. She'll check out see where the injuries are.
It's a bit like he got electrocuted. There are injuries all over. They're worse around his hand, but it's like energy just sort of pulsed through him.
Looks like you got hit with a junction box. Jeez.
And let me tell you, that does not feel good.
No, it
No.
doesn't.
Been there.
No, it don't. I'm still recovering from the last time that happened to me.
Evelyn kind of cringes. I'm sorry. I've got to run afoul of one of those myself on occasion. They suck.
Oh yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen one in action.
Yeah. That indicates that and you're now well out of public eye, some Tremere did not want one of us going past what's behind that wall.
No kidding. I suppose there's another way in. And she'll look over at Havok. You're the one with the plans.
Havok's mask will change to an explosion animation.
I'm not dealing with another fucking explosion in the city.
Well, you seen what happened to the last one of us that touched it.
I'm aware.
We can't go to the wall, so if we make the wall go away...
What's
Bryce,
the wall?
Bryce looks over at Jack. Hey, did you see that particular mark on the floor up there. As you remember, you didn't.
I did?
Did not.
Didn't.
Yeah.
No, I was just on the walls and the doors.
So why don't we... Some hard work, but we could probably come in from above.
It's not a bad idea. Did those plans say anything on like what sort of material might be between then, or no?
It looks like wood flooring reinforced with a thin layer of concrete pad.
Okay, should be doable with enough of us.
Nothing that brute force and a sledgehammer can't solve.
I was about to say, is there a crowbar around?
Evelyn's like, I got a cool toolkit in the hatchback.
Let's go get it.
All right. And all of you go and get the tools. Bryce carries them in. Who else is going to help with the digging process?
I'll do the first half, like the floorboards and stuff up until concrete.
Okay.
Amelia will help until she gets winded, which would probably be very quick.
Sure.
Yeah, Jack will take his turn, but possibly straining, working very slowly from...
All right. Everyone who's going to help, give me an athletics and strength. Unless you come up with some clever thing like I came up with acid or something, in which case, give me what you got.
If I'm doing crowbar on the floorboards, could I potentially convince you strength and melee?
I'll allow it.
Thank you, because that's a much better pool than athletics.
Okay.
And whenever she's done using the crowbar, I will also take a swing at it with that pool as well, because otherwise too few dice.
4 with a crit.
Ooh.
When they're done with that, Jack will roll up his sleeves and you'll see he's rather athletic as well. We got 6 successes. And just go away, hammering away at the concrete part, I guess.
And I got 1 success on mine, so...
Okay. It takes the lot of you a couple of hours of work, but you've managed to cut a hole in the floor between pickaxes and sledgehammers and the like. You managed to cut up a decent sized hole, a hole big enough somebody could drop through. So, Evelyn looks around. Who wants to go first?
Looking around. You know what? I haven't been adventurous in a while. I'll take a step in.
Okay. You drop down?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have heightened senses or some other thing that allows you to see in the dark?
No, She's just got her phone flashlight.
Okie doke. You drop down. Give me a wits and awareness.
All right. That is going to be 5 successes with a crit.
Nice. Nicely done. All right, so you drop down and you start scanning around real quick, and there are two things that stick out to you. One, there is a body leaning against the wall. It's been there long enough that the decomposition has stopped being gross and turned more earthy. And a bit mummified because it's a dry environment. It's clearly sealed up inside. And sitting in front of it is a satchel with the arms wrapped around it. You also notice another body lying on the ground, perfectly preserved, with a wooden stick in it.
All right. Well, we've got 2 bodies.
You also notice shelves and shelves of clay jars. As you know, like a library of just clay jars. And a small area that, like, there's a couch, a chair, a desk, and what looks like a ritual circle on the ground.
Might I mean, it's not the best pool, but might I be able to roll like occult to kind of get an idea as to what this might mean?
Sure, give me an intelligence plus occult. Or wits plus occult, whichever is better for you.
That will definitely be wits, if only by 1. 3 successes.
3 successes. You know the Tremere do stuff with blood. You're wondering if those are like samples of stuff that they were working on or something like that.
Well, and she'll move back over to the hole. So we got ourselves a bunch of clay jars, some kind of ritual circle that I can't make heads or tails of. And there's 2 bodies. One that is mummified, and the other one is, well, it's got a splinter in it.
Oh, and there's also a trap door. Like in the floor, you lift a lid kind of trap door, not a surprise trap door.
Yeah, not like a oh.
Yeah.
And there's a door leading even deeper in. Somebody else want to come down and help me?
Would hearing about the jars with what stage has been like setting up on ring any bells?
Give me an occult plus wits or occult plus intelligence.
Would I be able to add my specialty?
What's your specialty again?
Kindred.
Yes.
Because Katie thinks she knows what this is. Okay. Oh. That is 6 with a crit.
Okay. You know that based on her description and where you are and who brought you here, there's a very strong possibility that the jars are jars of ancient vitae. Kindred vitae kept in a jar that Tremere prepare especially so that it will stay preserved.
She's just gonna kind of make a mental note. Probably has a look on her face as she's thinking. So we all leaving Amelia down there, or are we joining the party?
I'll be right down there. Don't touch anything.
I wasn't gonna. This isn't my usual forte.
Yeah, don't pull the splinter out either. The last time we did that, well, dragon shit.
I wasn't gonna do that either. She will move closer to the preserved body and just like take a closer look at it. Not touch anything, but closer look.
Havok will drop down.
Okay, Havok will drop down. Bryce will look at Sage. Do you need a hand?
I don't think I'm in a position to land properly.
No. Hey, Havok. Help guide her down. And Bryce will pick her up and lower her by her arms down the hole, hoping that Havok will help. And you guide her down. It hurts a little still because any kind of jarring, but you can get down without like breaking anything.
All right. I'll head down as well.
And after everybody else is down, Evelyn drops down, and then Bryce drops down. So all of you are in this room. And he looks around. Don't worry, I can get back up.
All right. Are there any wards or anything glowing in this room?
Well, you can see the backside of the wards that were on that wall, so you know not to touch that wall. And the other kinds of wards that you saw upstairs are also down here. You're not sure what they are. You could give me... Do you have a cult?
No.
Okay. Yeah, the guy that's sort of decomposed there, he's wearing men's clothes, so you think he might be a guy at any rate. It's kind of hard to tell at this level of decomp.
Yeah.
It's the flesh is sort of sloughed off and started to turn more towards soil at this point. There's enough preserved that you can tell that he was human. The clothing looks like maybe 1990s era clothing. Has sort of an army jacket and a colorful shirt and some brand name jeans, shoes that have sort of altered color due to decomp, but you can sort of guess 1990s clothing. And he's holding a satchel close to him.
Hey, Jack, is there anything on this guy that I should worry about?
No, it looks good to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so she'll try to prise the satchel from his hand, and despite the fact that this is disgusting, she seems remarkably calm about it.
Be careful.
I mean, he's not in the best shape, but he's not glowing.
Be careful. That's my stepmommy. I never knew my real mummy.
There's a little giggle that she lets out.
You're the pun guy in the group. Got it.
You pull the satchel away. Do you examine the contents?
Yeah, I'll move the satchel to like a more central location and see what's inside.
All right. Give me a. This will sound like an odd request. A Dex plus awareness.
Okay.
Well, they're
3 successes.
Okay. So when you set the satchel down and you open in the bag, you see these red sticks that have yellow stuff on the sticks. Like they're about this long, and there's sort of a yellow jelly on them. And you see what looks like the remnants of some sort of electrical device sitting on top of them.
I don't know what this shit is.
Yeah, as they do that, can I take out my radio and antenna and test for the signal in here?
You're at the location where it's coming from, so it kind of is overwhelming.
Okay. So it's,
Do you have science?
yes.
I don't.
Okay. Does anybody else look in the bag? Anybody have science?
If
I
they
have
bring it up,
academics.
Okay.
Yeah, I can look at the bag.
Jack, give me a simple intelligence plus science.
Is it radio related?
No. Actually, part of it is, but the important part isn't.
4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, that's dynamite, and it's sweating.
Oh,
The little electronic device is a detonator.
yeah, it's a bomb, and it looks like it might go boom. Don't
Jesus.
and
fucking
handle
Christ.
with care.
Amelia is going to step away and just be like, I will leave that to the experts.
Bryce is like, I know some people. I can call them. Okay. You, yeah. Do any of you check out the jars or anything else in the room?
I'll take a look at the staked body, see if it's anybody that I might have recognized.
It could be your new boss. See if he's hiring.
Yeah, maybe when we can
It's-
make sure he's properly fed first. I don't know if this guy's dry or wet.
It's not somebody you would recognize.
Okay,
'Cause how long have you been a ghoul?
a while.
Like, what are we talking? Decades?
Decades, yes.
All right, give me an intelligence and wits.
Okay.
We're just checking your memory.
Yeah, just checking the memory bank, see if this is somebody I might have met somewhere in the past. 2 successes. I don't think that's enough.
Okay. Yeah, you're just... The only thing that really tells you anything is he's got what look like maybe robes on. Like he's got the spooky symbols on the necklace, and it's probably Tremere, but you're not sure.
Yeah. It's like the assumption is Tremere, but that's about as far as it gets.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't help that he's desiccated, because when you get staked, you become desiccated, so you don't see them the way they are when they're walking around talking to people.
fair. Okay. Wow.
You do
mean,
still have a
this-
trap door in the room.
Well, do we want to go and call for some kind of backup to get these sweating sticks out of here, or do we want to go in and see what's lying forward?
Evelyn's like, can we hold off on calling the backup until we see more what's in here? We need to know what we can keep private and what we can't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been
Good
there
idea.
for a while. It should be fine for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you rolled high enough on your science. You know that the sweat that's coming off it is called nitroglycerin. Yeah, if it gets jostled, it could explode.
Yeah, it's best if we just don't touch it anymore for now.
Okay.
Fine by me.
All right. Bryce walks over to the trap door, just picks up the lid, lifts it up. Hey, there are lights on.
What?
And as you walk over and look down the trapdoor, there's one of those, the kind of the stairs that you see coming out of an attic. You know, the almost like they're a ladder that's just at an angle, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. It's like this, like
Yeah.
angular. Fair.
And you can hear fans downstairs. Havok, I won't even make you roll. You recognize the sound of old computers.
Sounds pretty gusty in there.
Either we're about to interrupt a LAN party from the 90s, or there's a bunch of nerds down there right now doing God knows what.
Could be both.
I'm thinking they're not playing World of Warcraft.
Bryce kind of looks over at Sage for permission, kind of.
Do you have an extra one on hand? And you know what I'm talking about, so don't act like it.
Yeah,
Mind if I have it?
sure. He hands you a gun and a flashlight.
You go first. I'll attempt to follow.
No, one of them's going to help you down once I've cleared it.
Fair enough.
Amelia pulls out just like a 38 special.
Bryce walks down the steps and stops at the bottom and goes, "Huh?
What is it?
I'm not sure.
Is it clear?
Yeah, no people here."
All right. Head on down.
And I'll head on in after Havok.
Havok, when you get down there, there are a bunch of computers in this room. There's also what is clearly a transmitter array. Like there's a machine for handling radio transmissions in the corner. And there's an enormous network of computers here with a coaxial cable that goes off into the walls that you don't know where it goes after that.
I would like to see what is on these things.
Okay. Give me an intelligence plus technology. Evelyn helps Sage down the steps.
Yeah, can I help him with the technology or the
Sure.
computer
Roll.
science?
If you get a success, he can add a die.
All right, science or technology or
Technology.
the same, and intelligence.
Yep.
Amelia is just kind of like look around, vaguely mention that she hasn't seen these in such a long time. You know, some of the interns would be using them in addition to like the old corded phones. Who's just kind of like idly talking about like her time.
How many six you got?
4.
4. Okay. Havok, you can add 2 dice.
2.
I use
Sage.
willpower as well.
Sage will probably make a comment about how she hated when the cords would get stretched out.
It was the worst, wasn't it?
It really was. And then you can never get it to go back, right?
You
And-
all are making me feel old.
And whenever like they stretched out and like there was that one that was just like kink.
Exactly.
Just,
10 with a crit.
Nice. Well done. Well done. So you're looking at a bunch of old workstations. Basically, these are terminals. From some of the pieces date back to the 80s, and you're pretty sure one of them is from the late 70s. They are using a networking technology that went out of vogue when Ethernet came in, called ArcNet. They are on some sort of private network. These are DAC computers. These are things that aren't made anymore. Your struggle at this point isn't like dealing with the technology that you're used to and being able to code and come up with things. This is back before C fully got codified. Some of these machines. Others are a bit older. They range from late 70s to the early 90s. And they all seem to be connected to some sort of network that you don't see where all of the wires are going. And you see on one of the computers, one of the 90s era computers, it's an Amiga 2000, has a document open on it. And on the document there is what looks like the beginnings of, you're not quite sure, blog post, manifesto, you're not quite sure what it is. It says, "We don't have to take it anymore. We don't have to do what they say. We have another way. I'm going to try and break free. But if I fail and you're reading this, here is everything I've learned about where they keep them, where they keep our drug," and that's in quotes, where they keep themselves, their blind spots, everything I've learned over 20 years. I'm done. Francis is right. I need to break free.
Sage just kind of props herself up against a wall and is like 90-yard stare.
Huh. Well, they seem to have a good idea. Wonder what happened to them.
Maybe it's a guy upstairs with the dynamite.
Yeah, probably. But it's like all of these terminals. There used to be a lot more of them. Can you find anything else on there, or is it just that manifesto?
It looks like there is a bulletin board. Something that used to exist in the 80s, but died out when the World Wide Web came about. There are dial-up terminals here that probably haven't received a call in decades. But it's a bulletin board with messages and message threads. Havok, can you give me an intelligence plus wits?
I think they were trying to blow this place up. Didn't make it.
Maybe.
Who's the one typing all this?
4.
Okay. You remember from the documents that you looked at earlier when you were researching this place, when the request was put in to have the new wall built, the name that signed it was Francis. S. Francis. You're pretty sure it would take you days, weeks to go through all the information that's in the bulletin boards. But there's a lot. You're not sure where all the network nodes go. It would take you a while to search for that too.
I mean, if I had days, I could sort through all this, but
Something tells me we don't exactly have days, and then she'll look over at Evelyn.
Evelyn looks around and no, you don't. Though I'm not going to tell Francis.
I'd rather be struck by lightning again than talk to him. And at this point, she's clutching the notebook.
If I get struck by lightning again, I think I'm done for. No thank you.
yeah, poor Jack has had enough voltage run through him. I'm sure today.
Yeah, I don't think you want to invoke Zeus's wrath at this point. So
Bryce is like, what are we looking at? What do we think?
I think the people that invented this, that put all this stuff in this room, knows what an abacus is, but that's beside the point.
it feels to me like this is a big network of some kind. There's got to be other locations, but I don't know how to decipher that.
Yeah, is there anyone online still? Is this information going out somewhere?
If you could give a technology roll, see if you can check when the last message was received.
You wanna help with that, Havok, or
Yes,
should I do
please. I mean,
Okay. You got 3 successes. All right. You know enough to determine how to check for the last message. Some things stay the same after all. And it's a weird message. It looks like it's a series of commands that were intended not for a person, but for the automated system running the radio transmitter. And it updated within the last 3 months.
Sounds like someone sent up some kind of update into the waves in the last 6 months.
Yeah. And the signal that you detected was just a series of numbers.
Bunch of numbers, some code might be encrypted or
And
might be a pattern.
our two techie nerds, the hacker and Jack, you've heard of number stations. They still exist. They transmit a bunch of numbers that make sense to somebody, but only if you have the right code. And somebody updated it in the last 3 months.
But we couldn't figure out where it went. We just know it was updated.
Yep. And it's a radio, so it transmits broad on the shortwave band. So anybody can pick it up as long as they're within range of the shortwave radio. But you have enough information that if you spent time, you could probably work out what those codes are, given what's in this room.
All right. So we're going to figure this out. We're going to set up camp, get some supplies, figure this whole thing out.
Evelyn's like, I got to report to my superiors something. And they're going to want to shut this down.
Did we see anything that could potentially cover up the hole we climbed in on?
In the place,
Yeah.
you might be able to jerry something together with the desk, but it would be in the middle of the floor. You could possibly buy a rug. A large enough area rug could cover it up.
Get a floorboard or like a piece of plywood or something and a rug, and I can cover it up. We can tell them that the place was too warded. We got proof that we couldn't go any further. Points to Jack. It'll buy us some time.
You're wanting me to go against my dometer.
You're technically not going against your dometer. You're just not telling them everything.
Lies of omission.
Get
Pretty good at it.
Give me a charisma and persuasion.
Might I assist in this
Yes.
endeavor?
Yes, you may. Whoever's taking, she's taking the lead. So any successes you give, she can add an extra die to what she rolls. Hold off from rolling for a second while Amelia.
You don't want Jack persuading anybody.
I got 3.
Okay, so you can add an extra die.
That is 5. No crits.
Okay. She's like, fine. But if they press, I'm not going to be able to lie to them for long.
If you need somebody to lie to them for long, just take me along. I know how to deal with them.
Bryce will look over at Amelia. If those jars are what I think they are, you don't need anyone.
What do you mean?
It's Vitae.
And like you don't see it. Like she manages to keep like mostly a stoic face, but like her eyes go wide for a moment, and she goes, "I see. Well, that changes a lot of things, doesn't it?" How long has it been since my last drink? Has it probably been about, what, a month?
Yeah, and you went through withdrawal after your Domitor died.
Fuck. Well, I think I might go and try to take a sample. I'm gonna go back upstairs, find one of those jars, open it up. It looks like, a dark,
Yep.
kind of thick.
Dark, thick red.
Well, here goes nothing. And she's going to take a drink from this dusty fucking clay jar.
And it burns, but not in the bad way. It burns in a very familiar way. It warms you to your core. It gives you a high that you just can't get anywhere else. No drug is equal to what you're tasting. And it is potent, maybe stronger than your previous Domitors.
Oh, this is some vintage stuff. Finish off the rest of that bottle, that jar. Yep. That was exactly what I needed. Oh, God damn it. And she's looking between the jars. She's looking at the hole above. And she's like, how the fuck am I going to get all of this out of here? I mean, I don't even need all of it, just something.
Bryce looks at Sage. Are you done with the computer room? Do you want to go back up?
In the notebook, and I know this is like, are there any numbers in any of the things he has written?
Any numbers?
Yeah.
Like
that would feel slightly out of place even for poems and like
give me an investigation.
What's an investigation?
Yep.
Two.
All right. So you it takes you a minute because it's like there's no numbers. There are none. But you do notice that there are dots over some of the letters. That indicates maybe a code.
She's gonna try and count all the dots, see if they add up to anything. And then, like, how many in each piece of writing.
It doesn't seem to be consistent per piece of writing, but they do appear to be over different letters.
Would
Um,
those? Oh,
Do you have a any skills related to cryptography?
no.
Yeah. You're pretty sure that the computer people in the room probably do.
Did they go upstairs yet?
I don't know. Did they?
Havok's still down in the computer room.
Yeah, so what are we going to do, man? We're going to figure this out. It's got to take some time, but we can get some burgers and some beers in here and knock this out in a couple days, maybe.
Hey. Either of you two good with figuring out codes or cryptic messages?
I could take a shot at it.
Doesn't hurt to try.
She will hand you to a notebook of handwritten poems. And one of them in particular has, it looks like the page has been flipped back and forth a lot, and it is a poem basically similar to the message that is on the computers.
Should I share that with all of you? I think I should.
I would share them all because they are beautifully written poems.
They're all right.
Excuse you, how dare you disrespect my friend like that? And I'm not talking about my in-game one.
I actually put it in the chat, so even the audience can enjoy it. Though it messed up the formatting when I put it in the chat, sadly.
I think we can assume that the capitals are where
Yeah.
the lines.
Yeah.
Boo.
But yeah. If you're trying to find a code in the dots, go ahead and give me, I will say, either academics or technology and intelligence.
All right. I'll help.
I do have academics, so maybe I could, probably if the technical aspects don't quite link up.
Sure. And actually, I'm not going to bother with making people roll to assist. I'll just give Havok 2 extra dice from the 2 people helping.
So intelligence and academics or tech?
Yep. +2.
Six.
Okay. You get enough to figure out that the letters represent numbers, and the way the dots are arranged sometimes can indicate numbers that the letters don't normally align to. It ends up being a number code, which matches some of the number codes that you find in the updated message that's being transmitted by the radio.
So, where'd this notebook come from?
Yeah. Lie around here.
You remember how they mentioned that someone died opening a package of mine?
No.
Oh, well, they were implying it back at the diner.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was recently one of Francis's newer employees.
Francis. I don't know no Francis.
Steve Francis. He's my coterie shadow, and
He's more or less the Baron's second in command in the city. And he's a Tremere. Ruthless.
Good to know. My apologies. Well, this could make things a whole lot faster if we're gonna go through all that information. But
Yeah, because I'm sensing a pattern between this and that.
I think we can do it. Might be able to solve it, given a day or two.
It definitely helps.
So Bryce is looking back and forth. Is this what you want, Sage? I mean, we talked about it after you read those poems.
I at least gotta figure it out for him. Like, yeah, he staked me and all, but he didn't deserve what Francis did to him.
Francis didn't. Well. Okay, yeah, Francis did some things to him, but he didn't kill him.
No, it was me who got him killed indirectly, yeah, but
It's not your fault.
can you two figure this out or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think given some time.
Yeah, you're fairly confident it'll take you at least a few days of going through the messages and trying to find the patterns in the messages. You also might be able to determine how many users have been accessing the forums and for how long, and you also have a bunch of other mysteries to solve here. It would take time.
I'm just going to need snacks. That's all. I got this.
Yeah. Someone want to order takeout or?
Just not Thai. That,
It burns a little too much.
yeah, a little bit.
We could get
Good, but it
pizza.
hurts.
It's not the New York stuff, though.
Hey, look, if we're okay. If we get a really, really receptive DoorDash guy, I'll tip really well.
Yeah, as long as he's cool.
And he'll look over at Amelia. Hey, what do you want to do? You were looking for a new employer, but well, you could probably live off of what's in here for a very long time.
I could. I really could. But the problem is I don't have a place I don't have a place to stay. I don't have a place to go.
I can work on that.
You could.
Mr. Gold owns the hotel that I live in, but I
Okay.
manage it.
Oh,
So, you want to stay there? I can make that happen.
yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
I would appreciate that.
We can't tell people about this, though.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell anybody about this.
If any of the older ones find out, hell, Gold finds out. If we're lucky, all he'll do is burn it down.
Sage looks over to Bryce.
Up to you. Do you want to break your bond?
I can't do that to Feather.
I know. But this is a way if you wanted to. I like Feather. And for the most part, she's good to you. Till she's not.
Yeah, but you know
Wow.
that's uncontrolled by her.
I know it's not controlled by her, but that doesn't mean you're not hurt.
Look, regardless of how nice a vampire might be, they're still just that. They are kindred. They hurt things. And being dedicated and somebody who is nice most of the time, that's fucking great. But you also got to be willing to look out for yourself. I had to bide my time for decades. I had nobody, nothing. Everything that I did was on a schedule. If I didn't follow that schedule, I was punished. It was tough at first. Eventually, I just got good at pretending that it didn't hurt. And with the stash that we have upstairs, I don't have to worry about being hurt by anybody. Not for a good long time. But you need somebody that can help you out with that. You might not need an employer, but I wouldn't mind having a side gig. I could stay in town for a while. Help you out whenever things get a little too hairy.
We're going to have to keep you secret, at least somewhat.
Don't worry, I
A ghoul without odometer is a problem.
Oh, it's a very dangerous thing, so I'm told. But I used every last one of my favors and every last little bit of money I had in order to cut whatever ties that were there. I mean, this isn't exactly my original face either.
Evelyn's been real quiet, and she looks up and goes, "Is anyone going to be coming looking for you?"
From what I was told, everybody else thinks that I don't exist anymore.
Wait,
And if anybody tries to prise, well, I've already got a whole backstory cooked up, sweetie.
so your odometer thought you died in a in some manner, or like are they dead?
As far as the public knows, we're both dead. We'll just leave it at that.
Do you have a place to go?
Hopefully the hotel. Like I said, I don't have any fucking thing other than me. I'm willing to help out somebody who's been in a situation like this, who is in a situation like this.
I'd offer to take you down the rabbit hole with me, Alice, but might be a little too messy for you.
I
got a plan,
appreciate
though.
the offer. Oh?
I got a plan. I'm going to attempt to hack into a hotel to make a reservation for Amelia.
Bryce is, while you're doing it, is like, I managed the hotel.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, he's offered me a place, and I mean, I'm not gonna take anything for granted. Like, I'm willing to stick around and help.
All right, I can use somebody who's on our side of the street but isn't loyal to any particular person.
Yeah.
Listen, this is dangerous stuff. If the Tremere find out, he looks over at Evelyn. Are they going to find out? Evelyn's like, I don't know if I can stand up to them asking directly, but I can.
I mean, you can tell them we are working on it.
Don't even tell them that. Tell them it was a dead end, if you can, somehow. How about you? You're not even from here, Jack. You going to stay?
Yeah, I think I got a couple extra days in me. A safe house nearby.
Your Dominator going to miss you?
For a little bit, but I don't think we ship out for another little while. Take care of my duties in the meantime. But once I get this figured out, I might have to love you and leave you.
Yeah, but is your Dominator going to find out what we're doing?
No, I don't think so. They're probably just minding their own business.
All right.
Might actually find it kind of interesting.
Evelyn, if you need somebody to go in as like a witness or something, like they start asking questions.
I think that might be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm technically not supposed to be here.
Oh.
Well, then
see.
you definitely shouldn't tell them.
No, they sent me.
Oh.
But
They're
technically
in New
they
York.
didn't. Oh.
Of course.
So they
Of course.
Dante'd you. You're not even supposed to be here. Got it.
I mean, Chantry of the Five Boroughs.
Oh,
Bless you.
see.
Well, shit.
How much is this going to cost?
I don't know. Let's call it a favor.
If she's from New York, actually,
Mm-hmm.
with Sage and Feather being from New York, is she now recognizable to Sage?
You can give me a wits and intelligence.
And since I'm also from New York, could
Sure.
I?
Yeah.
Three.
3.
Okay. You have seen her in the past. Her hair was different. She wore glasses, a different kind of suit, and she was walking next to Aisling Sturbridge.
Fuck. No fucking way.
Shit. The player doesn't know who Aisling Sturbridge is. Could you give me a brief rundown?
Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs.
Okay.
One of the most powerful and recognizable Tremere in North America.
So this isn't even tower shit. This is solely your family's drama here.
And you're directly attached to that?
I'm good at my job. There was some loose ends that I was sent to check on in Newark. And it was easier to send me than to send a proper member of the family for obvious reasons.
Right. Yeah, you can walk around during the daytime.
And your Mr. Francis is kind of scary.
No shit.
They didn't want to start a war, so they sent me to go investigate. I got to report something, and I will. I'll keep out as much as I can. At some point, I'm going to need a favor, and I'll probably come and ask you.
Deal as long as you... Oh, for fuck's sake.
You look over at Bryce for a moment, and you can see a look of calculation going on in his face. And then he just looks at you, Sage, like he's waiting for you to indicate something.
Well, you know how much of a pyramid scheme that clan is. Her boss is on the top.
Right, so
For a moment, because Sage knows him, she's very aware he has a gun in his hand. And he's looking at you like he's waiting for something.
Please don't. I don't need any more people dying this week around me.
He nods, puts the gun away.
All right. Look, if you need a favor, you can call on me. I'll take this on.
Okay.
Mm.
And I won't tell them who I know your Dometer was. It wasn't hard to figure out when you told me that you were both supposed to be dead. There's only one recent death that I could credit it to.
Yeah. I'm just glad I'm no longer under their employ.
Does his grandsire know?
Know about what? That there's a couple more pawns removed from the board on his end? Possibly. But I don't know for sure. I didn't stop to check.
Okay. I know from reports he's got somebody over here.
What, do you have a name?
Prunella? I'd be careful around her.
Appreciate the advice.
Yeah, don't trust anyone.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. I'm glad to be as free as I can be, and out of everything that could have happened, showing up with y'all was serendipity.
Well, gotta say the same. Hopefully we can figure this out. I don't know what we're gonna do after that.
All right. And as things begin to calm down, Bryce manages to leverage up the couch so that you can use it to climb out through the hole. He will help Sage with that, obviously. And all of you have a way out. And I think that's a good place to end the evening's adventure.
Oh my god.
All right.
Thank you, everybody who showed up to watch, and all the players who showed up to play. Let's go ahead and start around the table and allow people to introduce themselves and plug what you need to plug and so on. Let's start with our Amelia Morgan.
So, hi everybody. I'm Andi. I played Amelia Morgan, the emancipated ghoul. My pronouns are they, she. You can find me on socials at Andi Crimson or Andi.Crimson or some variation of TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, but that's not active. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Sage.
Hi, I'm Katie, aka DragonOfTheDarkRose. I play Sage, the Malkavian ghoul, on Newark by Night, the main series. You can find me at DragonOfTheDarkRose on all socials that I have an account on. And yeah, tonight was interesting.
And Havok.
Hello, I am Lekar. Across all the socials where you can find me. I am playing Havok, the Nosferatu ghoul, and he's technically a reprise, but depowered, and he's a lot more fun as a vampire, but I love so far what I've done with him. So, who knows?
All right. And Jack.
Hi, I'm Tyler. Tyler the Nerd on TikTok. I am Jack. Just happy to have survived stabbing the ward. A couple life left, but had a good time. Thank you for having me.
And I am Jeremiah McCoy, aka Basics of the Game on TikTok and here on Twitch. And this is actually in the same universe as another stream on another channel. Omniversal Entertainment has Newark by Night, which our friend Sage is a regular. And it is about a bunch of, well, not exactly well-functioning Kindred and their single functioning brain cell of Sage trying to survive in Newark as Kindred in an Anarch domain because, well, frankly, New York was pretty hard. But if you're interested, we're going to be on tomorrow night over on Omniversal Entertainment. Please come and watch if you want to see more of the world that this takes place in. I had an absolute blast doing this. I would happily play with any and all of these people again and will whenever the chance arises. Thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying, and have a good night.